Greetings, friends. Paul here. I would say that. It's obvious that I'm here. I'm the one talking, right? Standing here in front of the modern opening, semi-modern opening to Jaffa Gate, which is actually this structure behind me. That's the original Jaffa Gate. Put some pictures up at the side entrance, which is right back there. See the people coming and going, and the guy selling bread right there. All right, so anyway, and that's also interestingly where there's a small gate inside the main gate, which would be big enough for a camel to pass through, which is, as I was told once, the name of that smaller gate is the Eye of the Needle. Easier for a camel to go through the Eye of a Needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. So it's actually easy for a camel to go through the Eye of a Needle. So it's very hard for a rich man to go to heaven. Anyway, wanted to give you some information. You know, this is the 2-cent tour here, so the information is going to be basic and probably not complete and maybe not even correct. But according to my sources online, which my professor would give me an F for right off the bat, this part of the wall was generally built around 1540-ish, give or take a couple years, because it didn't happen overnight. Unlike Jesus when he rebuilt the temple in 3 days. You can ask me about that if that's confusing. But around 1540, and that was the Ottomans, the Turks. They were here for around 400 years. During that time of the rebuilding was Suleiman the Magnificent. I wonder if you know, that was how he introduced himself. Hi, I'm Suleiman the Magnificent. You can call me Suli, man, or just Suli, Suleiman. Anyway, all right, another failed attempt at humor. And then this part, though, apparently there was a low wall and a moat protecting this part. Could have been possibly something like this over here, which is, as we swing around, now we're looking to the southeast. That's David's Citadel in this area back here. But back in 1898, Kaiser Wilhelm wanted to make a grand entrance on horseback, and so he had the wall removed so he could enter. And now it's an entryway into the old city for cars and buses and taxis and lots of tourists. So anyway, that's it for Jaffa Gate. I also wanted to talk about briefly that about 30 hours ago, Israeli Air Force helicopter intercepted a drone from Syria, shot it down, and then there was some air strikes by Israeli Air Force F-16s in Syria, taking out command centers and whatnot. One F-16 was shot down. They made it back to Israeli airspace before they ejected. The plane crashed on Israeli soil. I'll post a link on the bottom of this video. Amir Safati, he's a former major in the IDF, although you're never really former if you're in the IDF. You're be called up at any time. He is an excellent expositor of goings-on here. He's a registered tour guide. He's a great biblical teacher, understands prophecy incredibly well, and he can explain all the ramifications, but it's pretty serious. You may not have heard anything about it in the Western media, which wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure they're still looking for the Russia collusion. Anyway, I won't talk about that because we'll keep this nice. Anyway, yeah, it's fairly serious development. The point that Amir makes is to keep your eyes on Damascus, because when Damascus becomes a ruinous heap, that's kind of, things are getting pretty serious in the world, and that's biblical prophecy coming to pass. And we're certainly seem to be rapidly running towards that. So it's worth keeping yourself informed of the goings-on in the world, and that's about it. All right, that's it for now. Peace and hair grease.